tuning in to Raw to Root sessions here on NoiseROT TV. If you're unfamiliar, it's a studio session where I bring in local musicians and you get to check out some new music. I'm your host, Daniel Alvarez, and we're back here at Cricket 2 Studios in Fort Worth, Texas. Tonight's act recently released their debut EP, A Monument to Absence, which is filled with nothing but emotional bangers. I'm excited to say in the studio with us today, we have Adrift.
Fading alone. When I am fading alone. When I am fading alone. And there's no one left to save me. I can't help but remember the days that you went alone. It's so hard knowing the man that I tried to be. It's nothing like the person must have wanted to say. These broken bones of distance have slowly turned to stone. Now bearing every touch has led me more alone. I feel the weakness I have seen in you dwell deep inside of me. So burn alive this selfishness until there's nothing to say. The air blew so high that I lost sight in the sun, straining my eyes to catch a meaning in the distance. But if your mistakes didn't bring you down to the earth, then I'll draw the arrow and I'll knock the bow to blow you from the sky. I feel the weakness I have seen in you dwell deep inside of me. So burn alive this selfishness until there's nothing to see. Complacent in my solace, it's consuming me. Weathering the darkness so savage, free. Lost this one's a haven, full of living gloom. Lost this one's a Wilson, now stands as proof. I'm trapped in the darkness, it's a consuming me. I'm not like a reflection that I'm not sick after from. Attention, I'm expressed out in the dark. With the sense of death, I can finally see I've never needed you at all.
The scarlet in the soul, and a flower grown from soul. A reminder in my chest that I'm not empty after all. I've grown up from the hatred of being left alone. Now you're the reminder in my chest that I'm not empty after all. After all.
So hubris in an empty well. You said that we were a family, but I was just an empty shell. But I thought I was a bitch. but you just set me free. I lost comfort in this song, that I'm becoming a better me.
Got comfort in the solace that I'm becoming a better me.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Hey.
Set Adrift here on the Raw to Root sessions. First of all, thanks guys for being here today. I appreciate your time. I know we've been trying to get this done, and I'm happy you're finally here.
Same.
Yeah, it's happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to finally make it happen.
Heck yeah. Like first off, man, y'all's band is sick. Like it's like emotional. It's like beautifully aggressive, and like it evokes hope. Are these like just traits that just came off the cusp, or is that like the bread and butter of what you wanted to like, the message you're trying to get out, so to speak?
I mean, yeah, I think it was a little bit of both.
Yep.
You know, this was when I started writing for this project. It was the first time I wrote so personally.
Gotcha.
And, you know, being someone that deals with mental health and depression and things like that, and wanting to, you know, acknowledge that, but still have the element of hope, because I do have hope most of the time. You know, it's the times that I need to listen to music like what we do that get me back to points of hope. So that was kind of, I guess, an unintentional, you know,
It's
thing
beautifully
that
aggressive, like I
happened.
said. Like it's awesome. So
Thank you.
you've written pretty much everything Set Adrift has right now?
For the most part. I mean, like, I started writing everything like way back in like 2017.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been kind of like cultivating these songs, and they came to shape as they are now with these guys. But like the skeletons and the core, and like even a lot of the lyrics I wrote a while ago.
Do you ever feel like you're, not to say stuck in that emotion, but it's emotional writing. It's
Sure.
it's cathartic, right? But some people sometimes have a hard time revisiting certain songs. But like when your whole sets, you know,
Right,
like
right.
do you ever feel like you get in that headspace, like maybe after say like man, like, or do you feel like pretty uplifted most of the time? You know, trying to encourage others as well.
For me, it's cathartic for me. It's a release. Like I'm
Nice.
letting it go when we play it. Like even more than writing it, recording it. Like when I'm playing it, it's leaving me, and so I don't necessarily have to be in that headspace, because
Right.
I'm letting it go, and I'm like with my friends, and there's people there that are like that love what we're doing, and so
Right.
there's a level of validation and kind of coming full circle emotionally with it for me. I know, you know, with one of the songs, it's been kind of hard for you to revisit.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, really, for me. And even in some of the songs that we write together and stuff like that, I mean, a lot of these, you know, are very relatable. So there's also going down that track of, or a way somebody's gone through something, so you kind of revisit it. But it is like, I do find that, you know, cathartic outlook. But, you know, I dealt with one of our songs, we'll talk about later, is just, it was something that I didn't deal with in the time. And then I realized when we first practiced it, I was like halfway through the song and I was like, oh, wait a second. I didn't cry about this. It's
Yeah.
about to happen.
It's about to happen. Yeah.
And so every show we play, there's a point that I get to that I just,
I mean, you get to release it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
get to release it, and at least you're like amongst your friends and amongst
Right.
kind of like strangers, but there's kind of comfort in that too.
Yeah.
Like letting people know like you're not alone. You know?
exactly. And that's what's great, is that usually they come up after that because they talk about it and they're like,
Right.
man, I understand that. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool to see that return, so to speak.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, so everyone pretty much seasoned DFW musicians, right? How did y'all all meet then, as I'm curious about?
So,
It's a fun one.
yeah. So I moved here in 2015
Heard. Where you from?
from Florida.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You were saying
Yeah.
that earlier. Off camera. Yeah, you know.
Off camera, yeah, off the record. from Florida. So I knew Josh and Taylor from Florida. Like we were in the scene together there,
Okay.
and Taylor and I played in bands together before I moved. And
He was my drummer's boss at a guitar
yeah,
center.
like so we've just like so the three of us have just known each other for years,
Yeah.
and
Me and
we
Taylor
just
used to play
all
shows too.
happened to end up in Texas together, and
Just happened to move?
Well, he and I did. Taylor moved up kind of for this.
Nice. Very cool. Hell yeah. You see the vision.
You know, for your own too, but a little bit, you know. And Jacob, you and I met just playing shows, I think, and being in the scene. And Taylor had played with Andrew in the Human Experiment a while ago, and so that's how they met. And Taylor was like, I got us a drummer. I was like, I don't know, man.
He said, I don't know about this guy.
I don't know. And he's like, no.
I don't know. He's a good-looking
Trust
dude.
me, I got you.
That's the problem. You can't outstage us.
And Andrew's just an absolute machine. Like,
Hell yeah.
you can't touch him. Like, whenever we were recording these tracks, our buddy Dave that was producing everything, he was like, God, does he like? I want something to do. Like, I want to sample correct something, but I have nothing to do. Like,
Just in the pocket,
super
like
clean.
a machine, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Riff Lord, drum machine back there. Yeah, man, y'all got a good thing going. What does Set Adrift come from? Because there's like a book that's like called Set Adrift. There's like a whole bunch of things. I was just curious about that.
Off the record?
Yeah, sure.
No, I'm kidding. So one of my favorite bands and kind of an inspiration for this, like vibe-wise, a band called Departures from the UK.
Yeah.
And my favorite record of theirs, they have an instrumental track called Set Adrift. And I saw it and I was like, that's it. Like, that's the band name.
Hell yeah.
And
Easy peasy.
Yeah, I'd had people try and be like, are you sure about that name? I was like, yeah, no, that's it. Like, I don't know. Maybe everybody doesn't like it, but I feel like it makes sense for who we are.
Hell yeah. I like that. So you write the lyrics too, or did you pass it on to Joshua?
We kind of do it together.
Yeah.
Like if with Wake, he just came into the studio like, hey, I've got this. Like,
Let's go.
Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Because like even
Rot-
in sorry.
No. I was just gonna say like ROT. We wrote together. Absence.
Absence was mostly you.
Monument was mostly me.
We went. I just did some editing for Monument. That's all.
Monument was probably the most collaborative of all of our songs
Gotcha.
together.
That's what I imagined. Because Narcissist and Bloom came out February last year or
The year before.
The year before.
Different vocalist.
Heard. I didn't know that.
So
I didn't know that.
and our friend Cody Hambright, that used to be in Dispositions.
Oh, heard.
Yeah. So he's kind of who helped us get it off the ground.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then he got a big
Shout out
boy.
Cody.
Yeah. No, he's my dude.
Heck
And
yeah.
he got a big boy job and was like, guys, I love y'all, but
Yeah.
I want to go make some real money.
I
We're
get
like,
it. Whatever.
yeah, whatever. So,
When you
whatever.
got milk and
so
never came
I
back.
had written Narcissist already, and it was like completely done, all the lyrics, all the music, and what became Bloom I had done musically, and I had lyrics, and he was like, no, man, I got, kind of like with Wake, he's like, no, I got the lyrics.
Okay.
And it just happened to like work perfectly with what I had already written.
I really like and I'll draw the bow and pull you from the sky. That
Yeah.
shit, that's hard. That's
Thanks,
a hard ass
man.
line. Yeah. So I'm just curious about who's doing all the lyrics because y'all got a lot to say and
Yeah.
the message shows.
We're
it
all
comes through.
sad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're,
bro.
we're all sad. Like we all
We're
like to
all sad.
read. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
No, that resonates with me. I like sad music. People will be like, why do you like being depressed? It's like it's not that I like being depressed, but I feel that connection. I understand
Right.
that emotion the most.
sure.
Like it's again, I'll
It's
just
like a
use the same
soundtrack
words,
to
cathartic.
life, you know?
Yeah.
Like you think
Right.
about like when you watch a movie and you hear an OST in the background, you're like, dang, this fits the scene really well. It's like, I
Yeah.
kind of want that in my day to day, dog.
Done deal. Well, let's go ahead. Let's jump back into it.
All right.
Tear apart my skin so I can make things live. The something that will last longer than the pages of an open book. That I begin to you from my face upon my clothes, obsession and my colors fade. Tear apart my skin so I will never create. Now I am filled with nothing but an empty will. Don't let the numbness fester. Make me all you miss. Bid the dedicated to the shadows of what I love. mirror with no reflection. Give my time without a light to keep me whole. Write my name in a language I can't speak, so I will never hear you call me home. So let the numbness fester, make me among humans. Read the dedicated to the shadows of what I love. I give you my heart if I thought it would bring you joy. I burn my soul to keep you warm on the darkest nights. Give me a chance to start again, because as it seems I brought to my knees. Beneath the weight of all I failed to bear. My broken wound in melodies I thought I'd hear before I died. Sing me your elegies so I can forget what I have become. If this life thinks me nothing, I will be the counsel to the tired and the sacred weight of God. I've spent so many sleepless nights reminding myself to excel. But then I see your face again. Time slips away. All I want is something to believe in. Flowing back and forth to reminisce this feeling. What does this mean anymore? Now that it's gone, I lie awake. You were someone doing time. Was this all just a mistake? It's all that I began to put myself back together. That's inside. It's got to wait. All I want is something to believe in. Flowing back and forth to remedy this feeling. Your absence still eats away at my inside like a cancer. Flowing back and forth to find the answer. How could I have been so blind to believe that this time would be different? That I'd finally find the arms to hold me when the world comes crashing down. Why did I believe? But the memory of your not enough is enough. Bring me down.
Hell yeah.
Your boy is parched.
Damn. So like, easily Monument Absent, my favorite songs.
Same.
Easily. So fucking good.
I love when I hear that. That's so interesting. Like,
For
yeah.
you, what's your favorite off your set?
I mean, Wake is going to be a personal favorite
Gotcha.
always, but
Gotcha,
Monument
gotcha.
was the one that most of us were like, we cannot wait to send this
It's
off.
fucking badass.
Yeah. The blast
It's
beat part
really
always
good.
gets me.
Right.
Yeah.
I once repeated that like 10 times back when I was like,
Isn't that a good feeling? That's a good
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
Yeah. Something to be proud of.
dang, yeah, I
I'm
listen to my
happy about
music.
that.
I listen to my music. I ain't too cool for that.
In general, how would you say, how's the response been since the debut?
From the debut to
From like
EP?
the full, yeah.
It's been interesting because like it's always weird with the way that music is now released. It's all like single,
Right.
single. And so we kind of did the same thing. And I know that like we kind of got more response on the singles. He can speak a little bit more onto the EP, but I feel like the singles did a lot better than just as a whole.
I mean, it's like anything. It's a moving target, you know, in terms
Okay.
of how you release it and how the response is going to be. And you think like, oh, we're like super excited for Monument, and that one has like from a numbers standpoint, some of the least strong.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
But
like,
live
Well,
it's
it's like
different.
the, it's
Yeah,
like the
but live is
freshest single
different.
too, though.
Yeah. Live, it's very different. And then well, it came off the back of Absence, and Absence instantly became like everybody's favorite.
Absence took off really quick.
Yeah.
And what's been cool is because we've been doing what's called a cascade release, where like every time we release a new song, we add the ones we already had to the like the
It's the
single
Bill
or
Murray.
whatever on like Spotify or iTunes.
Okay.
So when you get done with the first track, it automatically plays the next ones.
smart.
So Wake has become like from a number standpoint like the one that just skyrocketed. Like it's
Gotcha.
our highest
wrote
stream song.
I-
Yeah, it's because he
'cause I
wrote it.
kind of like a side note, y'all's social media is really clean. Y'all's presence is really clean. It's really professional. So you're the
Thanks, man.
mastermind behind that as well.
Yeah.
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 It's even I forgot what song has like the video and the lyrics going on it as well, and then it like
Well,
it's all so clever.
It's really cool because like I think I have kind of the overall like visual vision for it. Taylor, runs social media for like a lot of different companies and stuff, and so he and I both do that.
cheat
And then
codes.
Josh is a graphic designer, so like I can be like,
Filmmaking,
hey,
graphic
I need
design.
something like in 20 minutes that just looks cool, and he goes, okay.
So y'all are just a powerhouse. Good music, smart marketing. God damn.
I think the music video we just shot was the first music video I did not shoot.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, really?
Kinda, yeah, it was kind of nice. to
Yeah,
not
we've got a new single that we just shot a video for, and yeah, it was the first one that you weren't like creatively in control of,
Yeah.
which was weird.
It was different. It was very different, but I liked it.
Yeah, there can be growth from working with people kind of outside of the
Yeah.
immediate
Yeah.
family, so to speak. Too. You said mentioned Dave. What studio y'all going through?
Oh, Dave, I love
So
Dave.
Dave Alcan, he's our buddy. He's up in Virginia.
Damn.
And he runs out of his house. He was the production assistant for the original recordings for Narcissist and Bloom.
Okay, awesome.
And he literally messaged me or the band or whatever and was like, hey, I know, like, I'm not trying to like snipe you guys as a client from who y'all had mix and master it before, but I know what you want. I can get it for you.
Nice.
And I was like, cool, dude, like, let's see. Like,
see. What
'cause,
you
you know,
got?
I've heard that 1,000
Yeah,
times. And
yeah.
we're like, okay, cool. Sure, man. Like, let's try it. And he's basically like the 6th unofficial member of the band.
Nice.
Like,
Shout out Dave.
yeah, shout out Dave.
Dave's
Like,
Uncle Dave.
he's the
Uncle
man.
Dave. So then, y'all have this body of work so far. Do y'all have like plans for like a full length coming soon? Anything we can talk about or allude to?
So we do have a part, like the first EP that we put out is like a part 1, and we've got a second EP that's going to be a part 2.
Okay, cool.
I've kind of like teased that a little bit here and there, but not like said it outright. But we're about to announce it in November. So
Okay, nice. Well,
Why
this will be
not?
coming out around that time too.
Oh,
so
perfect.
it all
Yeah.
it all
Yeah,
worked
perfect.
out. Do y'all have any shows, any tours coming up?
yeah, we've got one that's kind of tentative that we're working on with you guys.
Yeah.
On the 14th, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have a show at Double Wide in Dallas on the 23rd in November with Adorn as the opener, Suitable Miss, and City of Auburn.
City of Auburn. That's right. I did see that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Adorn's badass. They just
Dude,
came out
they're
of nowhere.
good.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Those
What the
are
hell?
those are my homies. Like I played with those guys for a long time too.
So you've had this in the works since 2017.
Yeah.
The music's released around 2023. Y'all been performing about since then now, a little over a year and a half or so.
No, we've only been April.
So this
was
year
our
y'all
first
been
show.
performing.
Yeah.
Dang. How do you feel? What am I trying to ask here? Is it what you thought it was going to be like? The response,
I didn't know what to expect.
No, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I'm not used to the Dallas scene. I'm in Austin currently.
Gotcha.
And so, coming from the Florida scene, seeing that, and then not knowing what to expect in Dallas, I know, like, when we were first writing this, we're like, man, it's melodic hardcore. Is this in? Like, what are we going to do? And so when we played that first show, the reaction to it was way bigger than I think we all expected.
I would for sure say it's been way better than I could have expected.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
That's good to hear.
Like, everybody's been super awesome. You always do this thing where you're like, at the last minute, like in the 11th hour, you're like, oh my gosh, I've been working on this for so long.
Right.
What if everybody hates this?
Oh no.
And you just don't know. And you're like, we're here, we're going to put it out. We're just going to see what happens. And there was kind of that approach to it of like, we like it. We think it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to put it out. If nobody messes with it, then we'll have fun. But, it is what it is. And
With any art, though, right?
Yeah.
Any art that you put out, you get in your
as long
head.
as you go into it with pride and you love what you do,
Yeah.
can't get mad at it.
Yeah.
I was like asking, so any like nightmare gigs that you've had so far? Or has it all just been clear skies?
I think everything's been sick.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
That's
mean,
good.
there
That's a
would
good
be
track.
some that you would like at first, you'd be like, how's this going to go? And then you're like, oh, this went amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
no nightmare gigs. We've had great support. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Had it all figured out. Fuck yeah.
Well, okay. Let's back up. I mean, between all of us, we've got, a lot of years and experience in doing music and live music. I've been in 4 different bands. Trace had his amount of, bands, and some duds, some success, and so I think it's just a culmination of that experience, kind of what to expect, and trying to grow with what's going on rather than miss, what music is doing now. That's the hardest thing, is like keeping up with that.
And what's cool too is like, we all have our own individual experiences and background in different scenes and stuff. And we have a good working relationship where like if Taylor comes to me and goes, hey, I really think we should take this show. I know it doesn't sound like it makes sense, but I got the feeling. And we go, okay.
Right. The vibe feels good, right?
Yeah, but it's cool because we don't let that like ego thing get in the way of like, well, it wasn't my idea, so I guess we're not going to do it. So that's been cool too. Is like all of the risks we've taken so far have paid off.
A lot of camaraderie.
Cool. Yeah.
I like that. That's good. Before we jump into your next set, tell me a little bit about what we keep kind of alluding to this, but I'm curious about it.
Yeah, so I actually haven't really talked about it too publicly about who it was about. But I guess like there's no better time here. Is a friend of mine, Jack Jollo. He was a scene legend of Tampa. He kind of ran a venue out there, and he always had free shows, had people come by, and he was just a sweetheart of a person. Looked out for anybody and everyone. But unfortunately, he took his own life. And this song is kind of to celebrate him, but celebrate not just him, but people have lost, their friends to unfortunately unaliving, or I don't know if I can say suicide, but so suicide. And so it's it's a celebration of him, and that's kind of like what the song kind of does. It takes like kind of the emptiness feeling that some of us have felt, kind of relating the experience, and then just when we celebrated his memorial, and then kind of his last thoughts is kind of what I was interpreting had kind of gone on. So. It hit me pretty hard. I've lost a lot of good friends in the scene, and I miss that guy.
Yeah, grief is a hard process, but having something like this is beautiful too, to, again, like you said, celebrate it, kind of let it all out, show your side of things, and just release these emotions.
It's finally, I had a similar situation in a band prior to this that that's when I first learned about this. It was about my uncle who'd done a similar thing, and we played our first show, and I didn't make it through the whole song. Like, I immediately just started bawling my eyes. So I was like, oh, I figured out how to do this. I've cracked the code to deal with this. I need to face it head on the mic.
Yeah.
And so, it's the emotional release that I definitely need.
Yeah, you gotta sit with yourself and let yourself listen to those emotions.
Absolutely.
Hear what they're saying, and then take it in and be like, okay, I hear you. Let's get through this.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, before we send you off, let's jump into our last set.
Worthless murder at the back of the brain. With a digital love, searching diamonds of gold. Left to counter to the blank of finish. Words like from your spirit, in your soul. Let's go. You're my like a prison to chaos. Put this to your ankles like a stone. Will you ever find your peace? Before you leave us behind, final stitches crowding up the room. Bust out of plastic, plastic in your name. Familiar places, in new places we gather. This is something we'll never forget. We'll never forget. The joy you must not to people. By their king. We will never forget your name. We will never forget. I'm trying to locate in this misery. Every step I take is another. Staring down the bottle to feel the burn. Searching for comfort with a handful of minutes. Trying to silence these voices in your head. Taking your last breath to never return. We'll miss you in the end. Take what's from inside of me. I try to forget you. The stain on my heart. You've overstayed your welcome. And now your ghost still haunts these halls. Forever letting go. Forever letting go. Was it inevitable that I would let you go? The absence of your friends tell a different story. More than you'll ever know. I dream of one day for my mind forget. Take what's from inside of me. This is the thoughts of our memory. Let them rot in this graveyard. It's just the fate of a hero, or the fall of a crook. Make way back to your lair. This is absence attacking over. She lost one day. Don't think you ever get. I dream of one day for my mind forget. Take what's from inside of me. This is the depth of our memory. Let them rot in this graveyard. This house just doesn't feel like home. I know what you wanted for me to feel alone. And I'm afraid the curse is in my bones. These walls I built to protect myself. I've done nothing but destroy my mental health. I've been trying to forgive myself for this broken heart. Let them run! Let them run, let them run, let something for memory. Let them run, take up some inside of me.
Fuck yeah. Set Adrift on the fucking Rotted Root sessions. Man, before I let you go, tell me, what's something you want people to take away from your band?
Hell yeah, bro.
The deep question.
Nah, just have fun, man, and like,
Hell yeah.
hey, don't be afraid to feel.
And it's so corny and so cliche, but it always needs to be said. You're just not by yourself. You're not alone.
You're not?
Like,
Yeah.
we're here. There's other people that feel the same way. Like,
Hell yeah.
and at the end of the day, it's going to be okay, and it's not a bad thing to reach out for help.
Hell yeah. Where can we find you online?
Facebook,
Everywhere.
Instagram. We use Instagram a lot. Spotify, Apple
What's the
Music,
handle?
anywhere.
What's the handle?
Set Adrift _ HC.
HC? Gotcha.
Pretty much
We'll make
everywhere.
sure-
TikTok.
Yeah.
Gotcha. We'll make sure it shows up.
Yeah.
Right there. Alrighty, well, fucking A. Thanks for tuning in to another Rotted Root session here on NoiseROT TV. I was your host, Daniel Alvarez. We were hosted here at Cricket 2 Studios. And of course, thanks you to Set Adrift for being here today. I really appreciate you guys. I'm glad we got to talk. And until next time, peace.